Hello and very welcome everyone to this session of the current affairs. Today we are going to learn the current affairs of 20th of March 2024. So let's start and see what are the things we can learn from this day and what are the things we can add into our notebooks. So before we start, these are the topics I got covered for you in this session, and particularly if we are talking about, particularly I have got some national news, international news, banking and finance news. After that, I've got defense news, science and tech news, sports news, state news, obituary, awards and recognitions, and at last, I will summarize all the things for all of you. Before we start, the images used as slide deck are for education purpose only. We respect the intellectual property rights of the original creators and owners of these images. If you are the owner of any of the images used in this deck and have any concerns or issues, please contact us at sathi@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the images. So first news that we have today is Department of Fisheries inaugurates integration of KCC fisheries scheme onto Jan Samarth portal. So what we are having here, the Department of Fisheries successfully inaugurated the integration of Kisan Credit Card fisheries scheme onto Jan Samarth portal. The initiative promotes the inclusion of growth of the fisheries industries by breaking down obstacles to financial access. It also signifies monumental leap for fish farmers and stakeholders in the fisheries sector. So do remember that the Department of Fisheries inaugurates the integration of KCC fisheries scheme onto Jan Samarth portal. And if we talk about the Ministry of Shipping, so Ministry of Shipping comes under the Sarbanand Sonwal, and Ministry of Fisheries comes under Mr. Rupala. So do remember all these things as well. So Department of Fisheries inaugurated the integration of KCC fisheries scheme onto Jan Samarth portal. Another news we have is PM Narendra Modi unveils Dekho Apna Desh People's Choice 2024, launches projects over rupees 6,400 crore in Kashmir. So Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited Jammu Kashmir to address the Viksit Bharat Viksit Jammu Kashmir program at the Bakshi Stadium in Srinagar. So remember, Bakshi Stadium is where? It is in Srinagar. He unveiled Dekho Apna Desh People's Choice 2024, the first ever nationwide tourist destination poll by Ministry of Tourism. Modi also launched the Chalo India Global Diaspora campaign and dedicated multiple development projects worth more than 6,400 crore to the nation. So do remember, Dekho Apna Desh People's Choice 2024, launched by Narendra Modi in Kashmir, and particularly the project over rupees 6,400 crore has been dedicated to the nation. Recently, Srinagar has also been declared as the craft capital of the world. PM Modi inaugurates Marathwada Rail Coach Factory in Latur, Maharashtra, launch various projects. So, PM Narendra Modi virtually inaugurated the Marathwada Rail Coach Factory in Latur, Maharashtra. He also dedicated 506 railway projects to the nation, including a wagon repair workshop at Badnera and a Vande Bharat chair car maintenance workshop depot in Pune. So some new type of particular workshops where the rail coach and some particular workshops where the rail coach of Vande Bharat and other trains will be made. The factory will provide direct employment to around 1,300 persons and indirect employment to more than 10,000 persons. So do remember, PM Narendra Modi inaugurate Marathwada Rail Coach Factory in Latur, Maharashtra. Kishore Makwana assumed charge as the chairman of National Commission for Scheduled Caste. So recently, the Kishore Makwana assumed the charge of the chairman of National Commission for Scheduled Castes in New Delhi. Lav Kush Kumar and Vade Pali Ramchandar also assumed the charge as the member of NCSC. The post of NCSC chairman was vacant after Vijay Sampla resigned on July 18, 2023. So do remember, the Kishore Makwan assumed the charge as the chairman of NCSC. So NCSC was particularly made a constitutional body separated from the National Commission for Scheduled Tribes and National Commission for Backward Classes. And all these commissions are constitutional bodies, and they have been given the status of constitutional bodies under amendments done recently. Another one, Election Commission replaces West Bengal DGP appointment of Sanjay Mukherjee. So Election Commission of India, that is under Article 324, has appointed Sanjay Mukherjee as the new Director General of Police for West Bengal. He replaces Vivek Sahai in this key position. This decision is a part of a series of changes in the state administration. The appointment come in light of past incidents and the upcoming elections. So do remember, he replaces Vivek Sahai in this key position, and Sanjay Mukherjee is the new DGP of West Bengal. Recently, two new election commissioners are also appointed into the election commission, and the chief election commissioner is Mr. Rajiv Kumar. Union Minister Hardeep Singh Puri launched Ethanol 100, an automotive fuel. So on 15 March, Union Minister Hardeep Singh Puri launched Ethanol 100, a cleaner and greener automotive fuel alternate to gasoline. E100 was launched at Indian Oil Corporation Limited retail outlet Irvin Road Service Station in New Delhi. Following the launch, E100 will be made available at selected 183 retail outlets over 5 states: Maharashtra, Karnataka, Uttar Pradesh, Delhi, and Tamil Nadu. And it is showing the particular importance of green fuel and the working of India towards the green fuel energy efficiency. Also to add, recently India has attained the blending of 15% in the crude oil production or the oil production, and we are targeting to get 20% blending by 2025. MIB notifies cinematographer certification rules 2024 to improve film certification process. So Ministry of Information Broadcasting has notified the Cinematographer Certification Rule 2024 to improve the process of certification of films for public exhibition. New rule aims to streamline and modernize the film certification process and keep up with new technologies and advancement in the film industry. The rules were drafted following extensive consultations with various stakeholders, ensuring an all-encompassing and inclusive approach. So do remember that MIB, that is Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, notifies cinematographer certification rules. Vaughan Gething becomes first black leader of the European country. So I hope you remember this, but just read out this one. So Vaughan Gething, the current economic minister of Wales, has been elected as the new leader of the Welsh Labour Party. His election marks the historic milestone as he becomes the first black person to lead a European country. Gething leadership is expected to bring significant changes to the party's policies and directions. His victory is celebrated as a progressive step towards diversity in European politics. So do remember, Vaughan Gething has become the first black leader of the European country. And it was done during current economic minister of Wales has been elected as the new leader of the Welsh Labour Party. Vinay Kumar appointed as the new Indian ambassador to Russia. So recently, the Vinay Kumar, the IFS officer of the 1992 batch, has been appointed as the next ambassador of India to Russia. Kumar is currently serving as the ambassador of India to Myanmar. Minister of External Affairs announced that Kumar will take up his new assignments in Moscow shortly. His appointment is expected to strengthen India-Russia diplomatic relations. Russia's capital is Moscow, and recently, for another 6 years, President Putin has been re-elected as the president of Russia. If we talk about Russia, Russia is the largest supplier of crude oil to India, and also recently, India has also been working with Russia closely for new type of air defense system. So do remember, Vinay Kumar appointed as a new Indian ambassador to Russia. This year, the BRICS summit is also going to be held in Russia. Another one, World Sparrow Day. So World Sparrow Day is observed annually on March 20th, and the day aims to raise global awareness about the alarming population decline of the household sparrow. Once a common sight, the sparrow has now become an uncommon spectacle in many parts of the world. The observance highlights the need for conservation efforts to protect this humble bird. So remember the bird. Remember this day, World Sparrow Day is observed on March 20th. Begusarai tops global list of most polluted cities. So Begusarai in Bihar has been named as the most polluted city in the world. Remember Kathmandu? We talked about Kathmandu recently that it has turned out to be the worst air quality. So that is air quality. We are talking here. We are talking about the most polluted. So most polluted city is Begusarai. The ranking comes after the World Air Quality Report 2023 released by IQ Air, a Switzerland-based organization. Out of the top 100 most polluted places globally, 83 are from India. Following Begusarai, Guwahati is the second most polluted, with Delhi and Mulanpur is the third and fourth place respectively. Another one, WMO report highlights record-breaking climate change indicators in 2023. So the World Meteorological Organization released its State of the Global Climate 2023 report. The report reveals unprecedented levels of climate change indicators. These indicators underscores the urgent need for global action to mitigate climate change impact. The findings call for immediate and sustained efforts to address the climate issues. So do remember that WMO report highlights record-breaking climate change indicators in 2023. So that's all about it. So remember, the World Meteorological Organization released the State of the Global Climate 2023 report. DOF and PD signed MOUs with NIES, BUD and SIDBI to transform fair price shops across India. So Department of Food and Public Distribution signed a memorandum with the National Institute for Entrepreneurship and Small Business Development, the Small Industries Development Bank of India. The MOUs aims to address skill development challenges faced by FPS dealer and offer digital solutions for working capital assistance. These initiatives align with the Government of India's vision of Kushal Bharat, Viksit Bharat and Digital Empowered India. So under this, the DOF and PD signed a memorandum with NIES, BUD and SIDBI to transform fair price shops across India. Recently, the branches or the centers of SIDBI Bank is also being opened all over India for the purpose to provide the particular funds to the companies which are particularly new in the market and they are working towards the entrepreneurship. So for that purpose, DOF and SIDBI banks are also being opened under the Finance Ministry. RBI reconstitutes Committee of Advisors to Abhyudaya Cooperative Bank. So Reserve Bank of India, the highest regulatory body of banking, has reconstituted 3-member committee of advisors of Abhyudaya Cooperative Bank Limited by inducting Devendra Kumar in place of Mahendra Chhajed. Committee of advisors comprises Devendra Kumar, Venkatesh Hegde and Suhas Gokhale. Action against the cooperative bank was demanded due to certain material concerns emanating from poor governance standard observed in the bank. So for this purpose, this all things have been changed in the Abhyudaya Cooperative Bank. So remember that Devendra Kumar will be the new persons who will be leading the advisory committee of the Abhyudaya Cooperative Bank. Fintech startup Perfios becomes India's second unicorn of 2024. So unicorn means when the company is valued more than $1 billion. So fintech focused software as a service SaaS firm Perfios has become the second unicorn of 2024 after securing $80 million fund from Teacher Venture Growth. Perfios software products and platforms helps its BFSI clients simplify and scale up various processes like underwriting, monitoring, and onboarding. TVG is a late-stage venture and growth investment arm of the Ontario Teachers Pension Plan. Ontario is the name of a lake in USA. Remember that. Ashwani Kumar elected as a new president of Federation of Indian Export Organization. So on 11th of March, Ashwin Kumar was unanimously elected as the new president of the Federation of Indian Export Organization. Ashwini Kumar is a partner at Jalandhar-based Victor Forging, a manufacturer of hand tools. He will succeed Dr. A. Saktivel, who successfully completed his tenure as the president of FIEO. So remember, Ashwini Kumar elected as the new president of the Federation of Indian Exports Organization. REC signed the MOU with Rajasthan to finance power and infrastructure project worth rupees 20,000 crore. So REC, that is the Renewable Energy Corporation Limited, signed a memorandum with the government of Rajasthan to finance power and infrastructure project worth rupees 20,000 crore per annum for 6 years. The memorandum was signed in the presence of Rajasthan Chief Minister Mr. Bhajan Lal Sharma and their officials. REC provide loans to various projects in Rajasthan, including power project, metros, road and highways, and more. Recently, if you remember, a project was opened in Bikaner regarding the supply of electricity with the help of solar energy. So that was also opened under this particular memorandum. P&G India announces Kumar Venkatesh Subramaniam as its new CEO appointment. So P&G, leading FMCG company, P&G India has appointed Kumar Venkatesh Subramaniam as the new CEO. Appointment will be effective from May 1st, 2024. Current CEO LV Vaidyanathan will be leaving the company to pursue personal interests after 28 years of service. Venkata Subramaniam leadership is anticipated to drive P&G India's growth and innovation. So remember, P&G India announces Kumar Venkatesh Subramaniam as its new CEO. Arvind Kapil take over as the Poonawalla Fincorp CEO. So Poonawalla Fincorp has appointed Arvind Kapil as its new managing director and CEO. We discussed about this one in the last session also. He will replace the current MD and CEO Abhay Bhutada, who is taking early retirement. Kapil's appointment is expected to bring new strategic directions to the company. Poonawalla Fincorp is a leading non-banking financial company in India. So remember, Arvind Kapil takes over as a Poonawalla Fincorp CEO. Financial year 23-24 sees notable direct tax collection surge. So when we talk about the gross direct tax collection for the 2023-2024 soared to rupees 22,27,067 crore, and particularly this marks the 18.74% increase from the previous year. Net collection rose by over 19.88%, with advanced tax contribution hitting rupees 9,11,534 crore. The surge in tax collection showcased robust economic growth. Remember, financial year 23-24 sees notable direct tax collection surge. India's outward FDI surges in February. So India's outward foreign direct investment commitment soared to 3.47 billion. It is significant rise from the 2.82 billion recorded in February 2023. The increase also marks a rise from 2.18 billion in January. The data released by the RBI highlights a growing trend in India's financial commitment abroad. So do remember, India's outward FDI surges in February 2024. Insurance sector attracts massive rupees 54,000 crore FDI in 9 years. So the insurance sector in India has received 53,900 crore as the FDI in the last 9 years. What is FDI? Foreign direct investment. That means in the insurance companies in India or the insurance sector in India, the people are very interested and they are particularly putting some investment into this. This period spans from December 2014 to January 2024. There are currently 70 insurance companies operating in the country. The data was shared by Financial Service Secretary Vivek Joshi. So remember their name. So particularly the insurance sector attracts massive 54,000 crore FDI in 9 years. Integrated Tri-Service Fire Power and Maneuver Exercise Bharat Shakti held in Rajasthan. So this is a tri-service exercise. That means this particular exercise is being held between Indian Air Force, Indian Navy and Indian Army. A 50-minute long synergized demonstration of indigenous defense capabilities in the form of a tri-service live fire and maneuver exercise Bharat Shakti was held at Pokhran, Rajasthan. PM Modi visit to Rajasthan on 12th March 2024. The event was witnessed by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Rajnath Singh, Chief Minister of Rajasthan, Bhajan Lal Sharma and other key defense officials. Exercise showcased an array of indigenous weapons, system and platform, demonstrating the operational readiness of Indian Army, Navy and Air Force. So do remember that the integrated tri-service firepower and maneuver exercise Bharat Shakti held in Rajasthan. Recently, a multinational exercise of India of Air Force was conducted by Indian Air Force, and it was Tarang Shakti. Remember that as well. INS Tir participates in exercise Cutlass Express in Seychelles. So Cutlass is also the name of a type of a fish, and on the name of that exercise is there. So Indian naval ship INS Tir joined the exercise Cutlass Express at Port Victoria, Seychelles, from February 26 to 8th of March. So Seychelles is a particular country that exists in African continent and is a part of the Indian Ocean region. Exercise aimed to enhance maritime cooperation and security and show participation from 16 friendly foreign nations. INST deployment underscores India's commitment to regional maritime security and cooperation through joint training initiatives. Raksha Mantri Trophy for Best AFMS Hospital. So, Raksha Mantri Trophy for the best and second best command hospital of the Armed Forces Medical Service for 2022 was awarded on 19 March 2024. The Command Hospital Pune was judged as the best command hospital. Command Hospital Lucknow was the second best for 2022. Award recognized excellence in medical service within the armed forces. Recently, R&R in Delhi has also introduced a particular bank for the skin treatment. So remember that as well. And Raksha Mantri Trophy for Best AFMS Hospital has been awarded to the best hospital, that is the Command Hospital, Southern Command, Pune. PM addressed India's TechAid Chips for Viksit Bharat led foundation stone for 3 semiconductor facilities. So on 13 March, Prime Minister Narendra Modi virtually addressed India's TechAid Chips for Viksit Bharat and laid the foundation stone for 3 semiconductor projects worth about 1.25 lakh crore. The project includes semiconductor fabrication facility at the Dholera Special Investment Region in Gujarat and outsourced semiconductor assembly and test facility in Sanand, Gujarat, and another OSAT facility in Moregaon, Assam. Dholera Semiconductor Fabrication Facility will be the first AI-enabled commercial semiconductor fab in India. So do remember that PM Narendra Modi has addressed the India's TechAid Chip for Viksit Bharat. And if we talk about this, so India is recently working a lot in the construction or the particular manufacturing of semiconductor chips with EIB, that is European Investment Bank, and other than that with the companies like Foxconn, and the place like Sanand are particularly becoming the hub for the manufacturing of semiconductor chips. And recently, Nvidia was also on a visit to India, and they are also particularly creating or making a manufacturing unit in India for the purpose of semiconductor chip. Indopriya angulata, new species of parasitoid wasp discovered. So Indopriya angulata, a new species of parasitoid wasp, has discovered by scientists from Geological Survey of India, Kolkata. Discovery of the species was published in the scientific journal Biologia. Indopriya is distinguished by its distinct characteristics including prolonged marginal fins and paddle-shaped forewings. So remember, Indopriya angulata, new species of parasitoid wasp discovered. Trinetra app 2.0 to transform policing in UP. So the Uttar Pradesh Police Force is set to implement the advanced Trinetra app 2.0. The digital platform aims to revolutionize crime prevention and investigation in the state. Trinetra database has digitized over 9.32 lakh criminal records. Frontline officers will now be able to swiftly identify suspects during the security checks. So do remember the Trinetra app 2.0 has been introduced by UP police to particularly identify the suspects, and particularly it will help in preventing the criminal and help in investigating in the state. Tamil Nadu makes history with India's second privately developed rocket. So Tamil Nadu space startup Agnikul Cosmos Private Limited is preparing to launch its first rocket, Agniban suborbital technology demonstrator. The launch will take place from the Satish Dhawan Space Center in Sriharikota in Andhra Pradesh. The event marks significant milestone in India's space exploration journey. The launch is a testament to the growing capabilities of India's private space sector. So do remember, Tamil Nadu marks history with India's second privately developed rocket, and it was done by the private space agency that is called Agnikul Cosmos Private Limited. Meta's plan to combat misinformation in 2024 Lok Sabha election. So Lok Sabha elections are on the way, and Meta, that is a particular parent company now of Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram, has been particularly working to combat the misinformation. With the Lok Sabha election approaching in India, Meta has unveiled its strategy to tackle AI-generated fake content. Plan address concerns raised by the Election Commission of India regarding misinformation. Meta's comprehensive strategy aims to safeguard the integrity of the election. The initiative includes the measures to detect and prevent the spread of false information. Who is the founder of Facebook? Mr. Mark Zuckerberg, and currently the chairman or the owner of Meta also. Sakhi, the lifeline for Gaganyaan crew. So Vikram Sarabhai Space Center has developed Sakhi, a revolutionary app for the Gaganyaan space flight mission. Sakhi stands for Space-Borne Assistant and Knowledge Hub for crew interaction. The app offers indispensable support across various critical aspects of the mission. It is designated to aid astronauts during their space flight, ensuring their safety and efficiency. So do remember that Sakhi, the lifeline for Gaganyaan crew, has been introduced. Gaganyaan is the first manned mission by India itself, and it will be on its way towards the space, carrying some particular 4 or 5 astronauts, and they all will be from India only. So this is the first kind of indigenous mission, in which India is sending some astronauts to space. And particularly other missions are like Chandrayaan 4 is on the way, and also apart from that, Shukriyaan is also there. Royal Challengers Bangalore defeat Delhi Capitals in WPL 2024 final. So Royal Challenger Bangalore, led by Smriti Mandhana, won the Women's Premier League WPL 2024 title by defeating Delhi Capitals in the final. Smriti Mandhana has also created a record by hitting 2 consecutive centuries recently. The second edition of WPL was held from 23rd February to 17th March. RCB won rupees 6 crore, while DC was awarded rupees 3 crore as a runner-up. CP Radhakrishnan gets additional charge as the Telangana governor. So Jharkhand governor CP Radhakrishnan has been assigned the additional responsibility as the in-charge governor of Telangana. The governor comes under Article 153 of the Indian Constitution. The appointment follows the resignation of Tamilisai Soundarajan from her post as Telangana governor, because she is going to contest the elections in Lok Sabha. A communique from Rashtrapati Bhavan confirmed immediate acceptance of Tamilisai resignation. Radhakrishnan will now oversee the duties of the Telangana governor. So remember, CP Radhakrishnan is the additional governor of Telangana. He is also the governor of Jharkhand. If we talk about that, if one person can hold 2 governor posts, yes, he can, because under the 7th Amendment 1956, it was said that a governor is able to hold 2 particular posts of governor for 2 particular states. His salary will now be shared between Jharkhand and Telangana. Okay, the Telangana's chief minister is Mr. Ravinath Reddy, and Jharkhand chief minister is Mr. Hemant Soren. Yes Bank partners with Indian Olympic Association for Paris Olympics. So Yes Bank has entered into a strategic partnership with the Indian Olympic Association. The bank will be the official banking partner for Team India at the Paris Olympics. This collaboration aims to provide comprehensive support to India's Olympic athletes and their families. The partnership is expected to enhance the financial and logistic support for the athletes. So remember, Yes Bank partners with Indian Olympic Association for Paris Olympics. Former Navy Chief Admiral L. Ramdas passes away. So former Chief of Naval Staff Admiral Lakshmi Narayan Ramdas passed away at the age of 90 in Sikandrabad Military Hospital, Telangana. He joined the Indian Navy in 1953 and played a major role in the 1971 India-Pakistan War. He served as the 13th CNS of the Indian Navy from December 1990 or September 1993. Journalist Grishma Ritika were rewarded the Chameli Devi Jain Award for 2024. So on March 15, the Media Foundation awarded the Chameli Devi Jain Award 2024 for Outstanding Woman Media Person to the of the year to the journalist Grishma Kuthar and Ritika Chopra. Grishma Kuthar was awarded for her deeply researched long-form investigation reporting from conflict areas like Manipur. Ritika Chopra was awarded for an in-depth investigation stories in the field of education and government policy. So remember two names. One is Grishma Kuthar and another one is Ritika Chopra. They were awarded the Chameli Devi Jain Award in the field of journalism. Prabha Verma bags 33rd Saraswati Samman for Rudra Satvikam. So noted Malayalam poet and author. Malayalam is the language of Kerala. And author Prabha Verma has been awarded the prestigious 33rd Saraswati Samman. He won the award for his novel in verse Rudra Satvikam, published in 2022. The Saraswati Samman, instituted by KK Birla Foundation in 1991, is one of the highest literary honors in India. It recognizes the outstanding literary works in any of the Indian language published in the last 10 years. So do remember, Prabha Verma bags 33rd Saraswati Samman for Rudra Satvikam. Let's summarize what we have learned so far. So Department of Fisheries inaugurate integration of KCC Fisheries Scheme onto Jan Samarth portal. MIB notifies cinematographer rules 2024 to improve film certification process. Union Minister Hardeep Singh Puri launched Ethanol 100 and automotive fuel. Vinay Kumar appointed as the new ambassador to Russia. Election Commission replaces West Bengal DGP appointment of Sanjay Mukherjee. Sakhi, the lifeline of Gaganyaan crew. PM Narendra Modi unveils Dekho Apna Desh People's Choice 2024, launches project over 6,400 crore in Kashmir. PM Modi inaugurates Marathwada Rail Coach Factory in Latur, Maharashtra. Kishore Makwana assumed charge as the national chairman of National Commission for Scheduled Caste. Vaughan Gething becomes the first black leader of the European country. WMO report highlights record-breaking climate change indicators in 2023. World Sparrow Day 2024, date, history and significance. Begusarai tops the global list of most polluted cities. Department of Food and particularly signed a memorandum with NIES BUD and SIDBI to transform fair price shops across India. RBI reconstitute committee of advisors of the Abhyudaya Cooperative Bank. Fintech startup Perfios becomes India's second unicorn of 2024. Ashwini Kumar elected as the new president of the Federation of Indian Export Organizations. REC signed a memorandum with Rajasthan to finance power and infrastructure project worth rupees 20,000 crore. P&G India announced Kumar Venkata Subramaniam as its new CEO appointment. Arvind Kapil takes over as Poonawalla FinCorp CEO. Financial year 23-24 sees notable direct tax collection surge. India's outward FDI surges in February 2024. Insurance sector attracts massive 54,000 crore FDI in 9 years. Integrated Tri-Service Firepower and Maneuver Exercise Bharat Shakti held in Rajasthan. INS Tir participates in exercise Cutlass Express in 2024 in Seychelles. Raksha Mantri Trophy for Best AFMS Hospital 2022. PM address, India TACAID chips for Viksit Bharat laid foundation stone for 3 semiconductor facilities. Indopriya angulata, new species of parasitoid wasp discovered. Trinetra app to transform policing in UP. Tamil Nadu marks history with India's second privately developed rocket. Meta plan to combat misinformation in 2024 Lok Sabha election. Royal Challengers Bangalore defeats Delhi Capitals in WPL 2024 final. Yes Bank partners with Indian Olympic Association for Paris Olympics. CP Radhakrishnan gets additional charge as Telangana governor. Former Navy Chief Admiral R.L. Ramdas passed away. Journalist Grishma and Ritika were awarded Chameli Devi Jain Award. And Prabha Verma bags 33rd Saraswati Samman for Rudra Satvikam. He is a Malayalam poet. And that's it in this session, guys. I hope you gained a lot of knowledge and learned a lot of things. I will meet you once again in next session. Till then, please take care, everyone, and see you soon.